Have you heard of Durex condoms? Well, just like Durex, branding can actually offer your business protection from its competitors. Back in 1975, condoms were actually kept behind the counter at pharmacies. You'd walk in, ask the pharmacist for a pack of condoms, and they would simply grab one and hand it to you. Now, Durex felt they were losing a lot of money because of this. So in 1976, they decided to sponsor a Formula One race car to combat this. So that year, every time these 18 to 35-year-old males would sit down to watch the Grand Prix, they would hear Durex around the corner, Durex pulls into first, Durex, Durex, Durex. And as a result, they began to build a tremendous amount of brand awareness to the point where people would march into the pharmacy and ask for a package of Durex. Now, let's dig into why it's important for you to build a strong personal brand. There's a quote by Stephen King: "A product can be copied by a competitor, but a brand is unique." Now, this quote highlights one of the benefits of a strong brand, but first, let's understand what brand equity actually is. I'm going to explain this in as simple of terms as I can. Brand equity consists of two components. The first is brand awareness, and the second is brand association. First, we need people to actually know that we exist. This is brand awareness. Then we need to create positive associations with our brand so that when it comes to making a purchase decision, we're the brand that is top of mind. Building a brand is an incredibly important part of a successful business. In 2014, Data to Decisions released research on the top 10 ways to improve advertising ROI. Among this list included things like targeting, things like creative, where you were actually advertising, and even the price. Topping the list was brand size, and it had a profit multiplier of 18x. Now, if this alone wasn't enough to get you reconsidering investing in building your personal brand, let's dive into the 9 benefits of a strong personal brand and why you should start creating one today. Number 1 is marketing ROI. Bigger brands simply get a higher ROI from marketing. As stated from Data to Decisions, brand size has a profit multiplier of 18x according to their research. Number 2 is premium pricing. The strongest brands in the market can charge an upwards of 30% premium over the commodity equivalent. Bigger brands have a higher perceived value, and this decreases people's sensitivity to the cost. Number 3 is increased opportunities. The bigger your brand, the more opportunities you have. It's as simple as that. For example, if you sell energy drinks and you have a bigger, larger brand, you have a greater opportunity to get into the stores of more places. For a small business, this could mean simply the bigger your brand, the easier it is for you to get on people's podcasts. Maybe it means getting brand deals or even getting sponsorships. Number 4, protection against your competition. Brand acts as a market differentiator. Bigger brands can last longer and they cannot be copied as easily. As Stephen King wrote, a product can be copied by a competitor, but a brand is unique. Number 5 is sales volume. Very simply, bigger brands generate a higher volume of sales. Number 6, brand loyalty. Once people establish a bond with your brand, they're more likely to rebuy and they are less likely to switch over and purchase from a competitor, even if they cost less. Number 7 is diversification. The bigger the brand, the easier it is to diversify or branch off into new products or new markets. Take Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, for example. He's launched Terramana Tequila, Zoa energy drinks. He owns the XFL, just to name a few. I believe there's 7 or 8 businesses that he has. He is now worth almost $1 billion. Now, this has allowed him, the size of his personal brand has allowed him to diversify and branch off into creating new products and entering new markets. For a small business, this could be as simple as having the opportunity to diversify and launch a new product, or giving you the opportunity to pivot and enter into a new market with your business. Number eight is teams and employees. With a bigger brand, you can acquire better people at a lower cost. They often work for less and they stay for longer. Take Google, for example. Google has access to the best talent, the most and smartest engineers in the world because of their brand equity. They want to go work at Google. Now, depending on your size of business, but the bigger you get and the more renowned you are going to be able to attract better talent, and people are going to be able to work for you for less because they want to work for your brand. They want to get the experience, and it has a massive impact on retention. Number nine, brand becomes an asset. When we speak of large companies like Coke or Pepsi, brand actually becomes an asset. And the bigger the brand they have, it actually starts to have a positive influence on the valuation of the company. Now, let's just recap those 9 reasons so that we are fresh in our minds. We've got marketing ROI, premium pricing, increased opportunities, protection against competition, sales volume, brand loyalty, diversification, teams and employees, and the fact that your brand can become an asset. Now, these are 9 reasons why creating a personal brand is critically important. If you haven't already started one, I highly recommend you get started. And if you do have one, I hope that these 9 reasons illustrate the importance of growing that personal brand because of the profound impact that it can have on your business. And simply said, as coaches and course creators and online business owners, we have far more opportunities for building a personal brand than Durex did back in 1975. Instead of sponsoring a Formula One race car, we can reach millions of people with nothing more than a free to use social media app like TikTok and the phone in our pocket. Now, until next time, where I'm going to start to dive into how we can actually do this. But today, I really wanted to focus on the importance and why we should start to focus on it. Until next time.